I, Sun Tzu, impart to you the ancient wisdom of warfare, gleaned from centuries of conflict, strategy, and the experiences of the greatest generals in history. Heed my words, for they are the foundation of victory, not just in battle, but in life itself. Know this, the art of war is not merely a matter of brute force. True mastery comes through strategy, insight, and the subtle use of the mind. The strongest armies do not always win. It is the smartest leaders who carry the day. First and foremost, preparation is the key to triumph. Before you engage in any conflict, whether on the battlefield or in life, you must understand the 5 fundamental factors: moral influence, weather, terrain, command, and doctrine. These 5 elements, when understood and mastered, will give you power over armies far greater than your own, just as they will give you advantage over challenges in life. Moral influence binds the people to their leader. When your troops trust you, they will fight not just with their weapons, but with their hearts. Weather dictates the conditions under which you fight. The wise general knows to wait for the storm or to use it to his advantage. Terrain can be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. Control the high ground, use narrow passes to ambush, and position your troops where they cannot be easily attacked. Command refers to the leader's ability to inspire, to lead with courage, and to enforce discipline. Lastly, doctrine is the system of organization, the structure that ensures your army acts with precision as one unstoppable force. Swift action is crucial, but never act with recklessness. The difference between the wise and the foolish general is in the details. A wise general ensures his troops are well fed and their morale is high, for an army marches not just on its stomach, but on its will to fight. In business, as in war, it is the preparedness behind the scenes that ensures victory when the time comes. When you attack, do so with strategy. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Attack his plans first, then his alliances, and only engage his army as a last resort. Consider how many battles have been won without bloodshed through clever negotiation or the dismantling of alliances. For example, a business can crumble not because of its lack of resources, but through a disruption in its partnerships or supply chains. Be flexible in your tactics. As water takes the shape of its container, so must you adapt to the enemy and the circumstances of battle. Vary your methods and keep your opponent guessing, for predictability invites defeat. The more varied your strategy, the harder it becomes for your opponent to anticipate your next move. Think of this in all aspects of life, whether in a negotiation, a game of chess, or a business deal. The environment is your ally or your enemy. Learn to read the terrain and use it to your advantage. High ground offers dominance. Narrow passes provide a chance to ambush. Even treacherous landscapes, such as swamps or forests, can turn in your favor if you understand how to use them. A wise general does not curse the land, but shapes his tactics to fit it. As the Yellow Emperor did, conquering sovereigns by knowing how to maneuver through difficult lands, so too must you. Organize your forces into a clear hierarchy. From the individual soldier to the highest general, each must know their place and their purpose. A well-organized army moves as one, striking with the force of a thunderbolt. In business, this is akin to ensuring that every employee understands their role, their importance, and how they contribute to the whole. Deception is one of the most powerful weapons. Appear weak when you are strong and strong when you are weak. Lead your enemy into traps, feign retreat, and strike when they are overconfident. Deception, when used wisely, allows you to control the battlefield and the enemy's movements. In every battle, whether on the battlefield or in life, learn to deceive your opponent without deceiving yourself. In maneuvering your forces, sometimes desperate measures are necessary. A general must be prepared to make difficult decisions to ensure his army moves as one and arrives at the battlefield in prime condition. Do not hesitate in making hard choices if they guarantee your victory. Sometimes, the harshest orders ensure survival. Remember, when your forces are united and disciplined, their strength multiplies. Adapt your tactics to the circumstances. Not every city is worth attacking, not every road is worth taking. There are times when retreat is wise and times when patience brings the greatest rewards. A general who is inflexible invites defeat. In life, as in war, knowing when to act and when to wait is a hallmark of true wisdom. Consider the weather, the terrain, and the morale of your troops in every decision. The Yellow Emperor conquered 4 sovereigns by understanding the land and using it to his advantage. Morale, just like resources, must be cultivated and protected. Understand the 9 types of battleground, from dispersive to death ground, and know how to approach each one. Some battlegrounds should be avoided altogether, while others require swift action. Understanding the battlefield is just as important as understanding your enemy. Fire is a potent weapon. There are 5 uses for fire in war: burning your enemy's supplies, attacking their soldiers, or destroying their lines of communication. When used wisely, fire can spread chaos through an enemy's ranks. When using fire, act swiftly, for its destructive power peaks quickly. In life, the use of swift and decisive actions can mirror the use of fire, spreading confusion among your rivals. Finally, never underestimate the power of intelligence. Spies are the eyes and ears of your army. Cultivate them with care, for they can bring you victory without shedding a drop of blood. Information is the most valuable weapon a general can possess, and it can change the course of battle before it even begins. Remember these teachings, for they extend far beyond the battlefield. The principles of strategy apply equally to business, politics, and personal conquest. Victory in life, as in war, comes not from brute strength, but from wisdom, adaptability, and strategy. Now go forth with this wisdom. May your victories be as numerous as the stars in the sky, and may you master the art of war in every aspect of your life.